5-minute mentor tip for you. I'm here on my farm, headed to bed, but I just wanted to talk today on the internal, the mental. Um, and you're going to need this. You're going to need practical skills. You're going to need marketing and sales and all that. But mark my words, everybody has access to those. There's books, there's training. And obviously, the training you're getting here is unique. But what makes you stand apart is not just what you know, but it's emotional control. So I want to talk about your emotions because these have a direct bearing on your income. So, first of all, to make more money, to get past the white belt and into the black belt level, you're going to have to be somebody who has trained their brain to react differently to situations than the average person. The average person, when something new happens, when something unexpected happens, anxiety goes through the roof. And my mentor, Dr. David Buss, taught me this and it helped me make more money. He said basically the average person, if in let me just say, when I talk about anxiety, it's not necessarily what you've been taught by society or school. This is, I want to give you the definition. So the average person, here's their normal emotional state when nothing's wrong. Okay? When nothing's great and nothing's wrong. You're just average right here. It's called baseline. Okay? Now let's just say you get cut off on by traffic and somebody yells and screams at you in traffic. He says almost all people, boom, they go up. Anxiety goes up, anger goes up, emotion goes up. He said that's not a problem. That's not emotional instability. What happens though is some people go up and they stay up for a long time. And he said that's when the problem begins. That's what you have to learn to overcome. So what you have to learn to do is when stimulus, negative stimulus, somebody yelling at you, some new event, some trouble, some trial, some tribulation, you launch a business or your boss is mad, it's like something and doesn't work out exactly as you wanted or expected. You're going to move off baseline. You need to get back to baseline pretty quick. Going off baseline is not the problem. It's going off too much. Some people, someone yells at them, they go off this much, and then they come back in 5 minutes. Some people go up 10 times more and stay up for 10 hours, or it ruins their whole day. And so for you to make a above average income, you're going to have an above average ability to cope with stress. So how do you do this in practical? Step number one, just understand what I said. Catch yourself. Be self-aware. Catch yourself. Be self-aware. Next time you go off, I'm going off baseline. Am I going off for the correct amount of time with the correct intensity? As Aristotle said, being angry is easy, but being angry at the right person for the right reason, for the right duration, with the right intensity, this is difficult. That's emotional stability. Being balanced, knowing it's okay to get mad, it's okay to get flustered, it's okay to get frustrated, but it's not okay to stay disproportionately off for a disproportionate long time. So step number one is just understand how your brain works. That's going to help. Step number two, if you happen to be one of those people that naturally, whether it's genetic, which is part of it, or your environment, your upbringing, you learned it from somebody, you need to surround yourself with people exactly opposite. If you have very high anxiety and you bounce off, you better have not a lot. You better have friends that are the exact opposite. And in general, people do the wrong thing. Anxious people surround themselves with anxious people because they get each other. You don't want to be around people that get you. You want to be around people that make you better. Okay, so be very careful for your social circle. That's step number two. For those of you who some people have too little anxiety. It's rare, but it happens. And too little anxiety will get you in trouble. It's called over-optimism. You need to respond to to a stimulus. Big trucks coming at you, you need to get out of the way. You're launching a stupid business, you need to shut it down. Some people are too overly optimistic. About 80% of people, too much anxiety, 20% too little. Same thing. If you have too little anxiety, be around people who are a little more anxious than you. Not crazily anxious, but. And then step number three, download Headspace. It's a great app. I don't make any money. I don't know the owners even. Or any meditation app. Try to do it for 2 to 3 minutes a day. I was just watching a basketball documentary about Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant of the Lakers in the early 2000s, and their coach Phil Jackson would make them meditate for an hour sometimes before practice. And Shaq said, I didn't buy into it at first, but then they started winning championships because Phil Jackson said, next time you're under stress, you got to hit that big shot. The whole world's watching you when you're stressed, he said. Go to that happy place that you learn to train your brain during those meditation sessions. Okay, so try to meditate, maybe not every day, but at least 3 times a week. Okay, just get in that habit of being able to bring your emotions under control. All right, leave a comment below. Do you have high anxiety, low anxiety? And which of these 3 steps do you think you need to take to help you most? All right, see you on the next step.